we've been talking about. Do you guys remember what our essential question was this week? What's our essential question that we've been talking about? Anybody remember? Yes, Melanie. What is our
The date.
our essential question for our lesson? Remember?
What?
Remember what our essential question was?
How to make 8?
Yeah, for Unit 8. It's why do the sun and moon capture our imagination? So look at this story about night and day. So we're talking about how the night sky and the day sky capture our imagination. So if you look at this, this is the Empire State Building in New York, and we see a night picture and we see a day picture. Which one do you guys like better? Do you like the night picture or the day picture? Raise your hand if you'd like to share. Raise your hand if you like the night picture better. Okay, raise your hand if you like the day picture better. Okay, oh, about half and half. Oh my goodness, my classroom just went dark. Now I'm in the night. Let me wake myself up. Oh, now I'm back in the day. This story is called Night and Day, and it's written by Hilary Maybaum. I kind of like. I know which one is my favorite, and I want to see if someone can tell me why that's my favorite. Let's go to Orion. Orion, which one do you like better, the night or the daytime? Can you unmute Orion?
The night.
Why do you like the nighttime better?
Because it looks, it has lights in it.
You know what? That's what I was going to say. You took the words right out of my mouth. And you know what else? I like looking at the stars. I love looking up at Orion. So Orion's up in the sky. So I really like the night one too. I love the lights. But the day is pretty beautiful too, because you can't see the water at night. And now you can see the water, you can see the horizon. See this horizon line right there and the beautiful sky? They're both pretty cool. All right, so this is Night and Day by Hilary Maybaum. Oh, I really like how Melanie's right with me. I like how Natalie's right with me. Ooh, let's see. Oh, Ethan's looking. Very nice. All right, so here's some pictures to think about. Here's someone looking at a telescope. Here's the day sky. Here's the night sky. Ooh, and there's things falling. Let's find out what happened. So this story, we have a table of contents. We have some words to think about on page 2. Then we get into our introduction. And then we have 3 chapters in this story. Chapter 1 is what we can see in the sky at night. Chapter 2 is what we can see in the sky during the day. And chapter 3 is why do we have night and day. So as I'm reading this, I want you to be thinking about details from the story to fill out our bubble map. So here's our bubble map for night and day. So as I'm reading, I want you to start thinking about facts, details we learned that we can put on our map. Then there's a conclusion on page 14 and a glossary and index, glossary of words. Here we go. Words to think about. Earth. Earth has land, water, and sky and clouds. Moon. On some nights, the moon looks like a bright circle. Planet. Earth is the planet on which we live. Rotate. This toy can rotate or spin. Do you know what else rotates or spins? I wonder what else rotates or spins in the sky. Anybody know? Ooh, what's rotating and spinning? Yes, Penny.
The earth.
The earth is also rotating. Just like that toy is spinning, The earth is also spinning. Of course, it's going very slowly. We can't even feel it. But as I'm talking right now, the earth is turning. The sun is staying in one spot. The sun does not move. The stars stay put, which all the stars are just suns. That's what they are. The sun is a big star, the closest one to us. That's why it's so bright. But the earth is what's rotating around the sun. Okay? Then we have stars. Every one of these stars is a sun, bright as the sun. It's pretty amazing, huh? There's that many suns out there, but they're so far away, they just look like little dots. But the closest star to us is the sun. Stars look like tiny points of light in the sky. Then we have the sun. We get light from that big star, which is the sun closest to us. All right, here we go. Look up at the sky. What do you see? If the sky is dark, then it is night. If the sky is bright, then it is day. Have you ever wondered why we have night and day? You will find out as you read this book. Let's find out why we have night and day. What can we see in the sky at night? We often see the moon at night. The moon is a round, rocky object that moves around the earth. So just as the earth is rotating, the moon is also going around us. As the moon travels around earth, the moon appears in different places in the sky. The moon seems to change shape each night. Okay? Can you find the full moon in this picture? Tell me when to stop when you see the full moon. Is that a full moon? Oh, you guys are saying no. Is this a full moon? No. Is this a full moon? Getting close. Is this a full moon? Yes, thank you, Michael. That is the full moon. But the reason we can't see the full moon every day is because of its position in the sky, right? We only get a full moon once a month. But other times of the month, it just looks like a quarter moon or a half moon, or it just looks like a little fingernail in the sky. And that's because of the sun reflecting on the moon. And why we can't see it here is because the earth is blocking it. Our earth is blocking this part of the moon. So it's a big shadow on the moon. Here we have a little shadow on the moon, little more shadow. There's no shadow on this moon. No earth is blocking it. Okay? It's basically a shadow. And then we have moonwalks. 12 astronauts have walked on the surface of the moon from the years 1969 to 1972. Okay? And we can use a telescope to look more closely at the moon. So if you can look up, you can actually see this little spot right here, and you can see the craters and the sand and the rocks on the moon. Pretty amazing. On a clear night, we may see stars in the sky. Stars are very hot. Stars glow because they make their own light. Stars seem small because they are very far away. Stars are much bigger than Earth. Many stars fill the sky. We cannot easily count all the stars. There are so many out there. Stars are not scattered evenly in the sky. They're kind of everywhere. Most meteors glow for only a few seconds. So if you ever see like a flash in the sky or something falling down, it's like a rock is like falling. That's what a shooting star is. Shooting stars are not really stars at all. Shooting stars are bits of rock that scientists call meteors. Why do you think we call meteors shooting stars? Because it looks like a fireball going through the sky. All right, here we go. What can we see in the sky during the day? We often see the sun during the day. The sun is the nearest star to Earth. Still, the sun is very far away. The sun is much bigger than Earth. Sometimes we see the moon in the sky during the day. How many of you have seen the moon during the day sometimes? Yeah. So it's not only at nighttime, but we can actually see the moon in the sky during the daytime, in the mornings, right? The moon does not make its own light. The moon reflects light from the sun. Okay? And here's a little caption. It says, "We get light and warmth from the sun." And this caption says, "We do not get light or warmth from the moon." No warmth or light from the moon, only the sun. Okay, I'm going to turn the page. I'm going to skip this little part. We're going to the next. Why do we have night and day? Chapter 3. Like all planets, Earth rotates or spins. Have you ever been on a merry-go-round? Raise your hand if you've been on a merry-go-round. Thank you, Mia. Thank you, Sophia. Thank you, Melanie. Thank you, Michael. Very good. This is a merry-go-round. If you go to the park, it goes round, round, round. The merry-go-round rotates. It's almost like being on a, I don't know if you've been on the one with horses that go round and round. What do we call those? What do we call that, Ethan, with horses that go round and round?
I don't quite remember.
It's
But,
called it's called a carousel.
but I've been on one of those before.
You've been on a carousel? Raise your hand if you've been on a carousel. Yeah, a horse carousel. Very good. Earth rotates once each day. That means here's our Earth. It goes from here all the way around to here. And do you know how long it takes for the Earth to go all the way around one time? Do you know how long it takes? Andrew.
It takes a whole year.
Oh, well, it takes the year to go around the sun 365 days. But as the Earth is going around the sun, it's rotating. Do you know how long it takes the Earth to rotate one time all the way around? Not going around the Earth, that takes a whole year. But just to spin takes one day. How long is that one day? How many hours?
That is 12 hours. Wait, no, 24 hours.
Yes, it's 2 times the round the clock. So that's why we have 12 hours on our clock. And then when it goes around twice, that's 24 hours because 12 plus 12 equals 24. So it takes 24 hours for the Earth to go in a rotating way. But you're right, it does take a whole year to go around the sun. But the Earth is always rotating. So it goes like this: one day, one day, one day, one day, one day, all the way around 365 days. Very cool. All right. Earth rotates once each day, so 24 hours. When the part of the Earth that we live on faces the sun, we have day. When the part of the Earth that we live on faces away from the sun, we have night. So right here, we're in daytime. So that means over here in China, on the other side of the Earth, they're all sleeping right now. So while we're awake, they're sleeping. And then when we're sleeping, China is awake because they're facing away from the sun. So the only part that's light on the Earth is where the sun is shining on it. And remember, our Earth is rotating. We have 12 hours of daylight, 12 hours of nighttime until one day is done. So we have night and day because the Earth rotates. Now we know why we have night and day, because the Earth is rotating and the sun only shines on one part of the Earth for 12 hours on this side and then 12 hours on this side. Earth takes almost 24 hours to complete one spin. This is why one day on Earth is 24 hours long. Okay? Conclusion. We often see the moon and stars in the sky at night. We often see the sun in the sky during the day. Earth rotates, giving us night and day. So at night, the sky is dark. We may see the moon. We may see stars. And during the day, the sky is bright. We often see the sun, and we may even see the moon during the daytime. All right, and then we have a glossary, all the words we learned, and a little closer connection here. But I think we're going to skip that. We are going to go to our bubble map to see if you guys can tell me some ideas that we read about. Let's go back and look again. What can you tell me about night and day? What did you learn from this story? Okay. I'm going to go to my document camera so that you guys can see. Here we go. All right, can everybody write their first name and last name on your paper? And also write the date. Last name, first name, last name, and the date. Thank you for those who have their pencils ready and are writing. Good job, you guys. Okay, go ahead and write your first name, last name, and the date. Michael, can you tell me what date to write? What do I write there?
3-8-2021.
Thank you. We can put 21. Very good. All right. So we have night and we have day. I'm going to draw a little picture of the night sky and the day sky. Night and day. Night and day. All right.
Mrs. Dagata,
Yes, Michael.
is it true if it's a red moon, everything turns evil?
No, I have never heard of that before, but I have seen a red moon. And that's just kind of the way the sun is shining on it. Michael, can you tell me one fact that you learned about our story today? What did you learn? Tell me one fact. How about
Oh, I learned that in China it's night and for them and it's morning for us is because the sun's not shining on it.
yes, very good.
Because I already knew that it was night.
Yes.
But I didn't know why.
Good. Let's write that. So it's day when our part of the earth faces the sun. So it's day when our part of the earth faces the sun. So it's day when our part of the earth faces the sun. Yes, Lily, thank you for your hand up.
Can I go to the bathroom real fast? Because I really badly have to go.
Have an accident, definitely. If you can wait 5 minutes, that would be great. And so we know it's day when our part of the earth faces the sun. That means it's night when our part of the earth faces away from the sun. So let's write that in the other one. It's night when our part, that's our North American part, right? Our United States part of the earth faces away from the sun. So we know that when our part of the earth faces the sun, it's day. When our part of the world of the earth faces away from the sun, it's nighttime. What do we see at during the day, and what do we see at night? So during the day, we see what? And during the night, what do we see? During the night, we see what? Who can help me with that? I know some of you are still writing these. Don't worry. You're going to come back and get it. But I want you to focus on this for a minute. During the day, we see what? During the night, we see what? So what do we see during the day? What do we see during the night? Let's start with day. Yes, Juliet, I love you too. Thank you for your little sign. What do you see during the day?
We see the sun during the day.
The sun.
During.
Can we see clouds too?
Yes, we can.
And sometimes we can even see the.
We can also see the.
Moon, right?
Yeah.
So we can see the moon during the day, and we can see it during the night. So at night we can see a moon.
And the stars.
And anything else? What else do you see? Stars and
What else can we see at night?
planets.
We can't really see planets. That's only if we see like a big, like kind of like a big star.
Yeah, that's not sparkly. That's a planet. You can actually see other planets with a microscope.
Yeah.
Yep. During the night, we can see the moon, stars, and even other planets.
During.
We can see it. We can see planets even without a microscope. They're just not the shining ones. They're the ones that are not sparkling in the sky. So those are planets. So at night, we can see moon, stars, and planets. And during the day, we can see the sun, clouds, and moon. And it's cool that we can see the moon in both places, not just at night. All right. And what is the sky during the day and what is the sky during the night? The sky is what during the day and the sky is what at night? What did the book say? You guys remember? Yes, Penny. It said the sky is light during the day, and what about at night? What is the sky at night? Penny. It says the sky is light during the day, but at night the sky is what? Does anyone help Penny out? Who can help Penny out? Orion, go ahead. The sky is light during the day, but what is it at night?
Dark.
Yes, and dark at night. The sky is light during the day and dark at night. All right. So boys and girls, I have helped you, or you've helped me fill out all of these circles. There's one more circle here that I'm going to leave blank. And I'm going to leave it blank because I want you to go back to your book, back to the Google Classroom, back to the story again, and see if you can find one more fact about night and day, different from what we've already said. So far we've said it's day when our part of the earth faces the sun. It's night when our part of the earth faces away from the sun. During the day, we see the sun, clouds, and moon. During the night, we see the moon, stars, and planets. The sky is light during the day, and the sky is dark at night. Your job is to find one more fact on your own going back to the text. I'm not going to fill this one out. So when I get your papers, when you take a picture, everything should be filled in. So this one is on your own. Okay? So you're on your own for this one. But you have to get a fact from our story that we haven't said. Okay? Does everybody understand what you need to do? You have to go back to the text for homework today and figure out what is one more thing about night and day story that we can put in this circle. Something we haven't said yet. Does everybody understand? Yes? All right. It is now break time. I will take a picture of this and put it in Google Classroom for you. But don't forget, you're on your own for this one. You have to come up with your own idea here. All right? Everybody, I will see you back here at 10:30 for math. Good job today. Awesome work on a Monday morning. Thank you, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.